Well, friends of Mundo Maldini, we are going to analyze what has been this Liverpool 2, Manchester City 0, a match that I commented on Movistar. By the way, we had a very nice experience on Gran Via in the center of Madrid. At the Movistar space, which is spectacular, the Telefonica space, a giant building on Gran Via. We broadcast the match from there, Adolfo Valvero and I, with a lot of people who came to watch the match. We had a great time, quite better than Manchester City, which had a frankly bad time. Was it a clear victory, Usand? Liverpool surely short on the scoreboard, and I have quite a few questions. Probably tomorrow I will make a video with the ratings for Liverpool, Manchester City. I really want to make a video with the ratings for Liverpool and Manchester City because here, logically, we also take great care of the Premier League on your channel. Is Liverpool currently the best team in Europe, the most informed team in Europe? I say yes, and I say yes without a doubt. While we see Mohamed Salah here, he is the leader of the Premier League. An undisputed leader with a wide margin. He has half of the Premier already in his pocket. We are still just starting December. He has won all the Champions League matches. There is no better team right now than Liverpool in Europe. I have no doubt about that. However, logically, there is still a long way to go until the end of the season. In the league, he has made a big difference. In the Champions League, there is still a lot to unfold. Great match from Liverpool. And I also ask another question. Is this the worst moment? While we see Szoboszlai here, who also had a very good match, one of the new features of Zlotoi, is this the worst moment for Manchester City in recent times since the Guardiola era? By far. Today has been the 7th consecutive match without a win, of which they have lost 6 of the last 7 matches. 6 losses. And 1 draw in a match they had won against Feyenoord. In fact, we have seen this image that is going to go viral for sure, Usand, of Pep Guardiola when the match ended. They were singing to him that he is going to be sacked, chants quite typical of football. He came out, truthfully, with this gesture to the public of the 6 awards he has won, logically, with Manchester City. A gesture that, honestly, Pep Guardiola could have done without, but it is there, and it is logically going to go around the world. It is already going around the world, this gesture of Pep Guardiola. In the end, the situation hasn't escalated, Usand, but well, we have to talk about this gesture from Guardiola, which for me, and I have to say it, seems to be the best coach in the last 20 years. I think so, and I say it, and I have no problem saying it. But it is also evident that right now his team is in ruins. This Manchester City is in ruins. Is it going to rise again? Well, it will surely rise again. We will see how, when, and why it will rise, but surely when it wants to rise, it will already be too late. It will already be too late to win the Premier for sure. And we will see what happens in the Champions League. For the Champions League, we know what it is. You qualify even if you are not in the top 8, and then from there, it's not that everything starts from scratch, because it's not like that. This is the penalty that Salah scores, by the way. It's not like that. Not everything starts from scratch, but it is evident that the options are there. Of course, the players he has. What happens? Rodri's absence is crucial. I want to comment on a detail. We start by looking at the lineups. Friends of Mundo Maldini. These are the 11 players from both teams, because in the end, what happens, and you will see it now, what happens to Manchester City is that Bernardo Silva has to play much further back than he would like. We are going to place Liverpool with Kelleher in goal, with Arnold, Gomez, X on the wing, Robertson, McAllister, Gravenberch. Great game from Gravenberch today, not so much from McAllister. And in the end, Luis Diaz as a striker, with Gakpo on the left, Szoboszlai in the middle, and Salah on the right. Also a very good game from Mohamed Salah, who leaves with an assist and the penalty goal for Manchester City. Ortega left Ederson, Walker, Ruben Diaz, Akanji, and what? Walker out of the team. Horrible. Bad match in general for Manchester City, of course, Rico Lewis and Gundogan. Gundogan has to be taken out very soon. Very soon by Pep Guardiola, because he wasn't functioning at all, especially without the ball, with Rico Lewis in the pivot and Bernardo Silva. What happened? Foden ended up playing inside, sometimes drifting a bit to the right. Mateus Nunes, who has played a bit closer to the left side, and Bernardo Silva, whose problem is that without Rodri, he ultimately has to dismantle the positions of several players where they perform best, because Bernardo Silva performs best closer to the area, getting the ball to him in that zone and having to come back, which ends up with Bernardo Silva even playing as a pivot. And this, logically, is what ultimately harms Bernardo Silva a lot. He had a pretty good match in the sense that he tried everything. He never hid. But of course, there were moments when the team had the ball, which we will see later, but certainly almost without any danger. I completely understand what Liverpool did by bringing in Luis Diaz, because they knew he would try to dominate Manchester City in many moments, at least positionally. Players who go into space like bullets, Gakpo, great match for him. Salah, and Luis Diaz as a centre forward. Liverpool had a very complete match. They truly dominated Manchester City as well. A domination from the benches. That's how it is. Honours to this man, to Sloth, because he has arrived at Liverpool and is putting on a show match after match as this Liverpool is playing, and today he knew how to play in every possible way. He started with a lot of speed in the first meters. He came out to press from the beginning, to press very high, 2009, to be very vertical when he had the ball. This team certainly doesn't beat around the bush. They go straight to the point from the beginning in any area of the field. And then in the second half, when they allowed themselves to be dominated at many moments, defending the area very well, there's a team that concedes very few goals because they defend the area very well. And from there, they counterattacked with a lot of danger. Manchester City was closer to the danger zone, combining, but without creating danger, yet they were much closer to scoring permanently in Liverpool. It seems to me that the result is short. It is a result that could have been a rout. This is the penalty that was given against Luis Diaz in the second half. A penalty for a play in which Liverpool recovers the ball, a result of Darwin Núñez's pressure, who ultimately came out to press very high, logically placing Luis Diaz on the left. Even the substitutions have been very intelligent on Slot's part. I want to say quite a few things. The match that this man Van Dijk has had today has been impressive. Impressive match by Virgil van Dijk. It is true that he made a mistake that could have cost a goal, a final play where De Bruyne failed alone against Kelleher, but absolutely sensational, absolutely colossal, the match that Virgil van Dijk has had today. Colossal. Sending a ball to the post in a fantastic attack, practically finishing everything defensively, impenetrable. It has practically been a spectacle, reminding us of the best Virgil van Dijk. That's right. Preparing for the best Billy van Dijk. Here we have this image of Mohamed Salah after scoring the penalty. What Salah did is tremendous because the first goal is a work of art. Long ball from Arnold to the perfect space behind the defense towards the right winger, towards Salah, behind the fullback. Salah receives it with an advantage because of the astronomical pass and sends that ball inside to Gakpo to score the first goal. And from there, logically, Liverpool had the match very much in their favour. I said in the Movistar broadcast that truly for City, the best thing was a 1-0 because it was a first half where they were crushed, especially in the first 30 minutes. It was a match that ended in a rout in the first half with a feeling of crushing superiority. It is true that City is not doing well, but it is also true that Liverpool is doing very well. Both things have come together, and I don't remember a match with such superiority of Liverpool over Manchester City. In fact, I don't remember a match in which the opponent was so clearly superior to Manchester City. Even the match against Tottenham that they lost 4-0 the other day, the result was much harsher, I know. But still, in that match, City started the first 20 minutes well, generating quite a bit of danger, while we see here the penalty from Mohamed Salah generating danger. And in the end, it is true, friends of Mundo Maldini, that the superiority today has been greater for Liverpool over City than it was for Tottenham over City itself. The result is harsher, I know, but it was even more superior than today because in the second half, City had the ball but didn't know what to do with it at any moment. Let's take a moment. We are going to do it. I will surely make a notes video of this match because it is definitely worth making a notes video of this match, and you will have it tomorrow. Let's go with flash score. Look at the 2-0, 44% possession for Liverpool compared to City, especially in the second half. There are 18 shots from Liverpool, 7 on target, only 2 on target for City and I, to be honest. One is from De Bruyne and the other is one in the first half that is practically a ball that any goalkeeper could stop, without any significant danger, overwhelming. I love Liverpool. I love the whole team. I love Van Dijk, Arnold. Arnold is sensational. It is true that defensively, when Doku came in, he caused some damage. He overwhelmed him. They obviously took Kwangsa out to defend. Even in that, Coach Slot has clearly made the right call. But the ball from the first goal is a work of art. The pass that Arnold makes is from a player who has an extraordinary stratospheric strike. And then thinking about Manchester City, they can't find the team. It is evident that they can't find the team. Here we have the image of Gakpo scoring the first goal. They can't find the team. Today they started without wingers and ended with 3. Guardiola started without wingers and ended with 3. He finished with Doku, Grealish and Savinho. Of the 3, the only one who has appeared a little has been Doku on the left side without causing too much damage. That is to say, this is, by the way, a play that Salah fails in a one-on-one. He has had several very clear chances. Salah, I say that City could have received a thrashing today like they did the other day against Tottenham, 2009. And how far is Liverpool, friends of Mundo Maldini? How far is Liverpool? Well, it is very evident that this Liverpool is a contender for everything they play. They have the Premier League very, very, very much on track. It is obvious that they have it very much on track, and they have won all their Champions League matches. I believe that this team right now is the toughest team you can find in the global landscape. That is the true reality. In short, today Slot has given Pep Guardiola a beating, who loses his fifth match out of the last six. It's one thing, his sixth match out of the last seven. Out of the last 7 matches, 6 losses, 1 draw, a catastrophic situation for Manchester City, the complete opposite of Liverpool. 2-0, 11 points ahead. There are also more teams, obviously, between City and Liverpool. Is Manchester City currently out of the Champions League? Who would have thought? A hug, bye.